You are here because something within you already knows the truth, that you are the operant power. In this lecture, we will not chase riches. We will become the consciousness of wealth itself. Assume the feeling of being wealthy. Now, do not wait for the money to come. Live in the end. Wealth is a state of consciousness. Enter it, embody it, and the world will rearrange itself to reflect your assumption. Imagine for a moment that everything you desire is already yours. All the wealth, all the opportunities, all the success that you have ever dreamed of. Everything is right here, right now. You have no need to chase it, no need to wait for the right moment, because it has already been manifested. The only thing standing between you and this reality is your focus, the way you choose to see the world around you. The truth is, the world you experience is a reflection of your thoughts, your current circumstances, your bank account, your relationships. They are all the result of your mental focus. And the great news is that you have the power to change your focus at any moment. And in doing so, change the entire trajectory of your life. To become super rich, not just in wealth, but in abundance of everything, joy, peace, opportunity. You must first shift your focus from lack to abundance. Many people, when they think of wealth, think of it as something that is outside themselves. They look at the world around them, at others who have what they want, and believe that they are somehow different, that they are not worthy of the same success. But the truth is, wealth is not a distant dream. It is already inside of you. Your focus, your attention, is the key that unlocks the door to the life you desire. If you are focused on lack, on what you don't have, on how much farther you have to go, then that is what you will continue to create. Your focus on scarcity, on struggle, will only attract more of the same. However, when you shift your focus to abundance, when you start to see the world as a place filled with infinite possibilities, you will begin to attract wealth effortlessly. The key to wealth is not to chase after it, but to align yourself with it. This means believing that you are deserving of wealth, that you are capable of achieving your dreams, and that the universe is ready and willing to provide. When you change your focus, when you shift from a mindset of lack to one of abundance, the entire world will begin to reflect that shift. Opportunities will appear, resources will flow, and you will find yourself in the right place at the right time always. Understand this. Your thoughts are more powerful than you realize. They are the architects of your life, the builders of your reality. If you want to become super rich, you must start by thinking rich thought. Envision the wealth you desire as if it is already in your hands. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the joy of having what you want right now. The more vividly you can imagine this reality, the more real it will become. The universe does not respond to what you need. It responds to what you believe you deserve. If you focus on the idea that wealth is your natural state, that it is your birthright, you will start to see changes in your life. Doors will open, new opportunities will arise, and you will find yourself in a state of flow, effortlessly attracting everything you need to manifest your desires. In order to be super rich, you must first believe that you are worthy of being rich. You must focus on your own limitless potential and on the infinite abundance that surrounds you. Every moment is an opportunity to focus on the wealth that is already yours, to step into the reality that you are the creator of your life, and that wealth is simply a reflection of your inner beliefs. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are creating it. The life you want is not some distant dream. It is here, in this moment, waiting for you to align with. When you change your focus, you change your reality. And when you change your reality, you will find that you are not just rich in money, but in every area of life. There was a person once who had nothing. They were living paycheck to paycheck, feeling as though there was no way out of the struggle. They worked hard every day, but no matter how much effort they put in, their financial situation never seemed to improve. They had dreams of wealth, dreams of success, but every time they looked at their life, it felt as though they were too far from their goal, One day, after experiencing yet another setback, they decided to do something different. They decided to stop focusing on their lack, on what they didn't have, and instead they began to focus on the possibility of abundance. They started to visualize themselves as a successful, wealthy person. They imagined waking up every day with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that all their needs were taken care of, and more. At first, the shift was small. The doubts crept in, and it was hard to fully believe that things could change. But they kept focusing on the vision of themselves as rich, successful, and capable. They visualized not just the money, but the lifestyle, the freedom, the opportunities, and the joy that came with it. They felt the gratitude of already having it all. And the more they focused on it, the more it became real to them. Today, that person is living a life they once thought impossible. They are not only financially successful, but also deeply fulfilled in every area of life. They learned the secret. By changing their focus, they changed their reality. And this is available to everyone. You have the power to create the life you want, starting with a shift in your focus. Your wealth is not outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be realized. You are the creator of your own fortune. All it takes is the courage to believe and the focus to bring it into being. The journey to immense wealth begins not in the bank, not in the market, not even in your actions, but in your mind. Consciousness is the foundation upon which all riches are built. What you believe, what you truly know to be true about yourself and the world, shapes the reality you live in. Your world is not a random collection of events or circumstances. It is a mirror reflecting the contents of your mind. If you believe that wealth is scarce, hard to come by, or reserved for others, the world will faithfully show you those beliefs. But if you dare to see yourself as someone who attracts prosperity effortlessly, someone whose life is filled with abundance, your outer world will shift to reflect this inner knowing. Consider this. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have opportunities fall into their laps? They are not luckier or more talented than you. The difference lies in their state of consciousness. They expect wealth, they expect success. And because they expect it, it comes. Consciousness is the magnet that draws experiences to you. The thoughts you hold repeatedly, the beliefs you nurture in the quiet moments of your day, are seeds planted in the soil of reality. If you want to get rich beyond your wildest dreams, you must start by examining your thoughts about money, wealth, abundance, and opportunity. Are they thoughts of lack, fear, or struggle? Or are they thoughts of ease, opportunity, and gratitude? The truth is, wealth is already all around you, waiting to be claimed. But you cannot see it, much less grasp it, if your mind is focused on scarcity. To change your financial reality, you must first change the state of your mind. It all begins with a shift in focus. Instead of dwelling on what you don't have or what you fear, train your mind to see the possibilities, the hidden wealth in every moment, every situation, and every person. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about becoming aware of the power you hold to shape your life. Every thought, every feeling, every belief is a brushstroke on the canvas of your existence. If you want to paint a life of wealth, start by choosing thoughts that radiate abundance. Everything begins in the imagination. It is the most powerful tool you possess, the divine gift that allows you to shape your reality. If you can see it vividly in your mind and feel it as though it is already yours, it must come to pass. The imagination is not a place of idle fantasies or fleeting daydreams. It is the workshop of creation. Whatever you imagine with conviction becomes the blueprint for your future. Think of wealth not as something distant, something outside of you that you must chase. Instead, see it within your mind as if it is already here. Close your eyes and picture the life you desire, the freedom, the joy, the comfort of having more than enough. Feel the weight of financial ease lifting from your shoulders. See yourself living in that beautiful home, driving that car, or building the legacy that your heart longs for. In those moments of vivid imagining, you are not pretending. You are planting seeds in the fertile soil of your reality. Most people dismiss imagination, thinking it is disconnected from reality. Pause. But the truth is the opposite. Voice deepens. The world you see around you was once someone's vision, someone's inner creation. Every building, every innovation, every great fortune began as a thought, a picture held within the mind of its creator. Your imagination holds the same power. It is the starting point of all success, and the wealth you seek is born there. You must feel it as real, though your senses may tell you otherwise. You may not see the money in your bank account yet, but that does not matter. What matters is that you see it clearly in your mind. What matters is that you feel the joy and certainty of having it now. This feeling, this conviction, is what moves mountains, rearranges circumstances, and draws opportunities into your life that you could never have predicted. When you imagine, do so with complete faith. Let your imagination be bold, unrestricted, and vivid. You are not asking for permission to create, you are claiming what is already yours. Wealth is not something you pursue. It is something you assume. It is a state of being, and that state is first nurtured in the quiet, unseen corners of your imagination. Do not underestimate this power. Everything you desire is waiting for you to imagine it fully and feel it deeply. When you do, the world will conspire to make it your reality. Voice becomes more intense. Your focus is the key to everything. What you place your attention on grows, multiplies, and defines the world around you. The truth is, most people remain trapped in a cycle of lack because their focus is consumed by what they don't have. They wake up thinking about their problems. They carry thoughts of scarcity throughout their day, and they go to bed fearing they'll never have enough. But what they don't realize is that their focus is like a magnifying glass. It intensifies whatever it is pointed toward. Focus on lack, and lack grows. Focus on abundance, and abundance flourishes. The world you live in right now is nothing more than a reflection of your dominant focus. If you find yourself surrounded by struggles or feel like opportunities are out of reach, it's not because the world is against you. It's because you have unintentionally fed those realities with your attention. Pause, then voice softens. The good news is, the moment you redirect your focus, your reality will begin to change. You must decide right here and now to shift your attention from scarcity to abundance. Picture this. Imagine holding a flashlight in a dark room. Wherever you point it, that's all you can see. If you focus on a corner filled with shadows, the room feels small and oppressive. But if you shift the beam of light toward the open doorway, suddenly you realize there's a way out, a path forward. Your focus works the same way. When you dwell on problems, debts, and fear, all you see are barriers. But the moment you focus on wealth, possibilities, and solutions, you discover opportunities that were invisible before. The shift begins with awareness. Take a moment and ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? Is it what I want, or is it what I fear? Most people don't realize how much energy they waste thinking about what they don't have. They replay worries in their minds. They talk about their struggles to anyone who will listen. And in doing so, they unintentionally anchor themselves to the very lack they want to escape. But you can break free by changing where you direct your thoughts. Focus on what you desire with clarity and consistency. Think of wealth not as something distant, but as something that is already flowing into your life. Notice every small sign of abundance around you, a kind gesture, a new idea, a chance encounter, and celebrate it. Each time you shift your focus to gratitude for what is possible, you strengthen the vibration of abundance within you. And as that vibration grows, the outer world cannot help but reflect it. Voice becomes powerful. Your focus is your power. Do not let it wander aimlessly or cling to thoughts of lack. Instead, train it like a muscle. Direct it toward wealth, joy, and limitless opportunities. As you do, the universe will rearrange itself to bring you what you desire. You are always shaping your life with your focus. The question is, are you focusing on what you want or on what you fear? The answer to that will determine the riches that flow into your life. Pause. Then voice becomes intimate. The secret to transforming your life and attracting wealth lies in the simple yet profound act of assuming the feeling of already being rich. It's not enough to wish for money or hope for success. You must embody the state of wealth right now, regardless of what your outer world looks like. The power is in your ability to shift from thinking about what you want to living as though you already have it. This is not pretending, it's creation. Consider this. How would you feel if you woke up tomorrow and all your financial dreams had come true? If the bank account showed more than enough? If the home you always dreamed of was yours? If the weight of worry and lack had been lifted completely? What would that feel like? Wouldn't you walk differently, speak differently, hold your head higher, breathe more easily? That feeling is the key, and you can claim it right now, in this moment. You don't need to wait for external evidence. In fact, the evidence will only appear when you generate the feeling first. Most people live in the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Constantly longing, constantly doubting, constantly feeling incomplete. But longing only creates more longing. To bridge the gap, you must assume the feeling of already being the person who has what you desire. Act as if your wealth is already here, not by spending recklessly or pretending outwardly, but by embodying the mindset, confidence, and gratitude of someone who lives in abundance. When you assume the feeling, the world around you begins to shift in ways you cannot explain. It's not about ignoring your current reality or denying what's in front of you. It's about refusing to let your present circumstances dictate your inner state. If you let the outer world control how you feel, you will always be a prisoner to it. But when you take control of your inner world, the outer world has no choice but to align with it. Voice becomes reverent. Assume the feeling of freedom. Feel the ease, the joy, the excitement of living a life where wealth flows to you effortlessly. Hold on to that feeling as if it's the most precious treasure you possess. When you assume the feeling, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. And when you are aligned, opportunities come knocking. Doors open that you never knew existed, and resources find their way to you with ease. This isn't magic, it's the natural law of creation. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want, it responds to what you believe you already have. That belief, that feeling is the blueprint from which your reality is built. You don't need to know how it will happen. Your only job is to feel as though it already has. Walk through your day with the quiet confidence of someone who knows that wealth is inevitable. Speak, think, and act as though you are already living the life you desire. And as you do, the world will bend to match the state of mind you've chosen. Pause, then voice becomes strong. The feeling is the secret, and it is within your reach at every moment. Take it, live it, and watch as wealth flows to you effortlessly. Voice changes to conversational. Let me share with you a real-world example of someone who understood this truth and transformed their life completely. There was a man named Abdullah, a friend and mentor to Neville Goddard himself. Abdullah came from humble beginnings, with little formal education and few material possessions. But he understood something that most people never grasp: the power of living in the state of the wish fulfilled. When Abdullah decided he wanted wealth, he didn't focus on the absence of money in his life. Instead, he began to live each day as if he were already wealthy. He would walk through expensive neighborhoods, not with longing, but with the natural ease of someone who belonged there. He would speak of abundant living, not as a distant goal, but as his current reality. People thought he was delusional. They looked at his circumstances and pitied him. But Abdullah knew something they didn't, that what was unseen was more powerful than what was seen. Voice intensifies. He refused to accept the limitations that others tried to place on him. When friends would point out his lack of formal qualifications, he would simply smile and say, "I am already what I desire to be." When faced with setbacks that would crush the spirit of most, he would maintain his inner conviction, saying, "This too is working for my good," while others allowed their present circumstances to dictate their emotional state. Abdullah maintained an unshakable feeling of prosperity. He didn't deny the physical reality around him. He simply refused to give it power over his inner world. And then something remarkable began to happen. Small opportunities arose. Connections were made. Resources appeared from unexpected sources. What seemed like coincidence to others was to Abdullah the natural unfolding of the seed he had planted in his imagination. Within a few years, this man who had started with nothing had built substantial wealth, not through struggle or sacrifice, but through the consistent application of the law of assumption. His material circumstances transformed to match the inner state he had chosen to embody. Voice softens. The difference between Abdullah and most people was simple but profound. While others waited to feel wealthy until they had money, Abdullah chose to feel wealthy first, knowing that the feeling would attract the physical reality. Voice becomes more emphatic. This is the fundamental shift that changes everything, moving from chasing wealth to embodying it, from wanting to having, from hoping to knowing. Those who remain trapped in financial struggle are not lacking resources or opportunities. They are lacking alignment. They are focused on absence rather than presence, on what is missing rather than what is possible. Pause, then voice deepens. The old paradigm says, when I have enough money, then I will feel secure and abundant. Voice shifts to powerful. The new paradigm declares, I choose to feel secure and abundant now, and in doing so, I draw money and opportunity to me. The old paradigm says, I must work hard and sacrifice to earn wealth. The new paradigm declares, wealth is my natural state, and it flows to me with ease when I align with it. The old paradigm says, my circumstances determine my feelings. The new paradigm declares, my feelings create my circumstances. Voice builds in intensity. This is not positive thinking. This is not wishful dreaming. This is the operation of universal law. Just as gravity works, whether you believe in it or not, the law of assumption is constantly shaping your reality based on the inner states you choose to occupy. The select few who break through to extraordinary financial results understand this. They don't do more, they become more. They align their inner world with the reality they desire to experience, and the outer world has no choice but to follow suit. Pause, then voice becomes intimate. The same power is available to you right now. You can continue to live as the world has taught you, reacting to circumstances, chasing after wealth, waiting for evidence before you believe. Or you can step into this higher understanding, creating circumstances, assuming wealth, and believing before you see evidence. The choice is yours. But know this, every moment you spend feeling anything less than the abundance you desire is a moment spent manifesting more of what you don't want. Voice rises in power. What will you choose? Will you continue to focus on lack and limitation? Or will you dare to assume the feeling of wealth, despite what your senses may tell you? The riches you seek are not found through external striving. They are claimed through internal alignment. And that alignment begins with a single decision. The decision to feel now what you think you can only feel when your desires are fulfilled. Make that decision. Embrace that feeling. And watch as the entire universe conspires to make your inner state a physical reality. The words you speak, whether aloud or in the quiet chambers of your mind, hold immense creative power. They are not just fleeting sounds or random thoughts. They are commands issued to the universe, instructions that shape your reality. Every sentence you speak about your life, about your finances, about your possibilities, is either building the wealth you desire or reinforcing the lack you fear. Listen to yourself closely. What do you say when you talk about money? Do you tell stories of struggle, frustration, or limitations? Do you catch yourself saying things like, I can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees? Every time you utter these words, you are declaring your allegiance to scarcity. You are affirming a state of lack, and in doing so, perpetuating it in your life. But the moment you change your words, the moment you consciously choose to speak abundance, you set a new reality into motion. Start speaking as though you are already rich, not from a place of false bravado, but with quiet certainty. Let your words reflect the abundance you seek. Replace "I don't have enough" with "I always have more than enough." Instead of saying "I'm struggling to make ends meet," declare "money flows to me easily and effortlessly." These are not just phrases. They are seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. And just like any seed, they will grow and bear fruit when nurtured with faith and repetition. But it's not just about saying the words. It's about feeling them as true. Speak with conviction. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the joy of knowing that wealth is already yours, even if your outer world has yet to catch up. Words spoken with feeling are infinitely more powerful than words spoken out of habit. They carry a vibration that resonates far beyond what you can see. They draw to you people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with the reality you are declaring. Be mindful of the words you speak in passing. Casual complaints about money, even when they seem harmless, are like tiny drops of poison that seep into your subconscious. Instead, choose to speak only words that uplift, empower, and affirm the wealth you are creating. Speak as though the universe is always listening, because it is. Every word is heard, every thought recorded, and the reality you live in is simply an echo of what you've spoken before. Your words are your power. Use them wisely. Speak life into your finances. Declare prosperity over your future, and affirm abundance at every opportunity. As you do, the universe will move mountains to align with the story you are telling. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you command with the words you choose. So start speaking abundance today and watch as your world transforms. That's the truth of your spoken word. Your mind is the blueprint for your life. Every great invention, every remarkable achievement, every staggering fortune began first as a vision in someone's mind. They dared to see what others couldn't, to believe in a reality that didn't yet exist. They didn't wait for the evidence to appear. They became the evidence. They held the picture of their dreams so vividly, so passionately, that it began to take shape in the world around them. And this is exactly what you must do if you want to be rich. You must train your mind to think in pictures of wealth. See yourself as successful, prosperous, and thriving in every way. Build that vision so strong that it becomes more real to you than your current circumstances. Because here's the truth. Your outer world is always playing catch up with your inner world. The stronger and clearer your vision, the faster your reality will shift to align with it. But a vision without faith is like a seed without water. You must believe in what you see, even when the physical evidence seems to say otherwise. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, moments when your current circumstances try to pull you back into old patterns of thinking. In those moments, hold on to your vision. Protect it fiercely. Remind yourself that the world you see now is temporary, but the vision you hold within is eternal. Feel the excitement of your vision as though it's happening right now. Imagine the ease, the joy, the gratitude of living a life where wealth flows to you effortlessly. Don't just think about the money itself. Think about what it allows you to do. The experiences, the freedom, the opportunities to give and create. Let that vision fill every part of you until you cannot help but act in alignment with it. Your vision is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not just a fleeting thought or a wishful idea. It's the blueprint that guides your thoughts, actions, and energy. The clearer your vision, the more magnetic your life becomes. People, opportunities, and resources will be drawn to you, not because of luck, but because you've created an energetic field that aligns with abundance. So hold on to your vision. See it. Believe it. Live it. The moment you make it real in your mind, the universe begins the work of making it real in your life. Everything begins with a vision, and that vision is your greatest power. Use it. Expand it. Watch as the wealth you once dreamed of becomes the reality you live. Imagine, for a moment, the energy you carry when you are grateful. Think about the warmth that fills your heart when you truly appreciate something. A beautiful moment, a kind gesture, or even the simplest things in your life. That feeling is magnetic. It's not just a pleasant emotion. It's a powerful force that aligns you with abundance. Gratitude is the secret key that opens doors to wealth and prosperity. Yet most people overlook it because they think they need to have everything they desire before they can be thankful. But the truth is, gratitude is not the result of abundance. It is the cause of it. If you want to attract extraordinary wealth, you must start by appreciating the wealth you already have, no matter how small it seems. The universe responds to the energy you put out. When you focus on lack, even unintentionally, you attract more lack. But when you shift your focus to gratitude, when you choose to see all the ways you are already blessed, you align yourself with the frequency of receiving. It's like a ripple effect. One wave of gratitude creates another and another, until your entire life is filled with the overflow. Think about this. How can you expect more to flow into your life if you are not even grateful for what you have now? If you treat what you have with disdain or overlook it entirely, you are sending a message to the universe that you are not ready for more. But when you look at your current situation with eyes of appreciation, even if it's not where you ultimately want to be, you create space for miracles. Gratitude is the language of abundance, and it always says, I am ready for more. Start small if you need to. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are thankful for. It could be the roof over your head, the food on your table, or even the simple fact that you woke up this morning. As you practice this, you will notice a shift. The more you give thanks, the more reasons you will find to be thankful. This is not a coincidence. It is the law of creation in action. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on gratitude, you invite more into your life to be grateful for. Even when circumstances seem challenging, find anything to appreciate. Gratitude in the face of adversity is one of the most powerful acts of faith you can perform. It says, I trust that this moment is leading me to something great, and that trust, that energy, has the power to transform any situation. Gratitude is not about ignoring your desires or settling for less. It's about creating the foundation for more to come. When you combine gratitude with a clear vision of what you want, you become unstoppable. You are no longer chasing wealth. You are attracting it effortless because you have tapped into the flow of abundance. Wealth flows where gratitude grows. So begin now. Take stock of all the blessings in your life. No matter how big or small, feel the gratitude deeply. Let it fill your heart and watch as the world rearranges itself to match your energy. Gratitude is the seed from which every form of abundance grows. Plant it, nurture it, and prepare yourself to receive more than you ever imagined possible. Money flows where it is respected, not feared. Think about this for a moment. How do you truly feel about money? Not just what you say, but the feelings that rise up when you think about it. Do you see it as something elusive, something that slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try? Or do you view it with resentment, believing it's the root of problems, stress, or inequality? These subtle feelings, often buried deep within, shape your entire relationship with wealth. And until you learn to respect money, it will remain something you chase, something just out of reach. Respecting money begins with understanding that it is energy. It's not just paper or numbers in a bank account. It's a reflection of value, flow, and intention. When you respect money, you treat it as a partner, not as an enemy or an obstacle. You take care of it, manage it wisely, and use it with purpose. But most importantly, you stop fearing it. Fear creates resistance, and resistance blocks flow. The more you fear losing money or not having enough, the more you push it away. Shift your perspective and see money for what it truly is: a tool, a resource, an amplifier of your intentions. It is not inherently good or bad. It simply magnifies who you are. If you see money as a force for good, as something that can bring joy, freedom, and opportunities to you and others, it will naturally begin to flow toward you. But this shift requires deep honesty. You must let go of the beliefs you've carried for so long, the belief that money is hard to earn, that it only comes to the lucky, or the privileged, or that wanting more is selfish. These beliefs are not truths. They are barriers you've unknowingly placed in your own path. Start paying attention to how you treat the money you already have. no matter how little or much it may be? Do you handle it with care, gratitude, and respect? Or do you spend it mindlessly, avoid managing it, or speak about it in ways that reflect lack and frustration? The way you treat even a single dollar reveals the energy you are projecting to the universe. If you want to attract more, begin by respecting what you have now. Respect also means seeing money as something that deserves a place in your life. Without guilt, many people push money away because they secretly feel they don't deserve it. They think they must struggle or sacrifice to prove their worth. But wealth is not a reward for suffering. It is a natural result of alignment. When you respect yourself and your value, you will find it easier to respect money. They are deeply connected. The more you honor your own worth, the more money will find its way to you. Imagine treating money as you would a trusted friend. Would you push it away, ignore it, fear it, or would you welcome it, cherish it, and use it to create beauty and abundance in your life? Money flows to those who understand its nature, who see it not as the ultimate goal, but as a partner in their journey. Respect opens the gates to wealth. It dissolves fear, replaces lack with trust, and transforms your entire energy. When you respect money, it begins to work for you, and you no longer feel like you're working for it. So release your fears, release the old stories. Treat money as a reflection of the abundant energy that already exists within you. Respect it, honor it, and watch as it begins to flow into your life in ways you never imagined possible. Wealth doesn't come to those who chase it. It comes to those who are aligned with it. And respect is the foundation of that alignment. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the most abundant version of yourself. What does that life look like? What do you see? A life where your needs are met effortlessly, where opportunities flow to you naturally, where wealth is no longer something you worry about, but something that supports your freedom, your vision, your dreams. Now ask yourself, what do you truly believe is possible for you? Because the answer to that question determines everything. You can only receive as much as you believe you deserve. The limits of your wealth are not set by the world around you. They are set by the beliefs you hold deep within. These beliefs are like invisible boundaries, silently dictating how far you can go, what you can have, and what you think you're worth. If you believe money is hard to come by, that it only flows to others, or that it requires struggle and sacrifice, you'll unconsciously create that reality. Your beliefs are not just thoughts. They are the blueprint of your life, shaping your actions, your decisions, and the energy you emit into the world. The beauty of this truth is that beliefs can be rewritten. No matter how long you carried a belief, no matter how deeply it's ingrained, you have the power to change it. But first you must become aware of it. Start listening to the stories you tell yourself about money and success. Are they filled with limitations, excuses, or doubt? If so, ask yourself, who taught you these stories? Did they come from your family, your culture, your past experiences? And more importantly, do they serve you now? You are not bound by the beliefs of others. You are not bound by your past. What you believe today shapes your tomorrow. And if you want to step into a life of wealth and abundance, you must believe it is possible, not just as an abstract concept, but as a truth that lives and breathes within you. To change your beliefs, start affirming the reality you desire. Replace "I'll never have enough" with "money flows to me effortlessly." Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy of abundance." These affirmations are not just words. They are seeds. And with repetition and faith, they grow into a new reality. Think of your mind as fertile soil. If you plant seeds of lack, fear, and doubt, you will harvest more of the same. But if you plant seeds of wealth, success, and confidence, your life will reflect those beliefs. At first, it may feel strange. Your old beliefs may try to resist, whispering, "This isn't real. Who are you to dream so big?" But you must persist. You must see your new beliefs as already true, even if your current circumstances don't yet reflect them. Your outer world always lags behind your inner world. The moment you truly believe you are deserving of wealth, opportunities will begin to appear. doors you didn't even know existed will open. People, ideas, and resources will align with your new energy. It's not magic, it's the law of creation. Your beliefs are the foundation of your life. And the stronger they are, the more powerful your reality becomes. So ask yourself, what do you believe you're worth? Because the universe will never give you more than you believe you can have. Expand your beliefs. See yourself as abundant, capable, and deserving of every good thing life has to offer. Let go of the old stories, the ones that told you wealth wasn't for you. It is for you. But only when you believe it, when you claim it, when you step boldly into the truth that you are the creator of your own reality. Trust that life is ready to give you everything you desire as soon as you believe you are worthy of receiving it. Imagine for just a moment that you are standing in the center of your dream life. Everything you desire is already in your hands. The wealth, the opportunities, the freedom, the lifestyle, all of it is yours, and you can feel it. The warmth of that reality surrounds you, as if it's already here. This is not some far-off fantasy. This is the reality waiting to unfold. And the most powerful tool you possess is your ability to live in that vision, to breathe life into it now. So often people wait for the world to change before they believe it's possible. They wait for their circumstances to shift before they take action, thinking when I get that job or when I have more money, then I'll start living the life I truly want. But the secret is this: you do not wait for the world to change. You change the way you see the world. The life you desire already exists, and it is waiting for you to step into it by first claiming it is real. When you begin to live in the end, you are no longer waiting for your dreams to manifest. You are walking in them, acting as if they are already part of your life. This is the key to unlocking your wealth and prosperity. Most people operate in a state of lack, believing they are working towards something, waiting for the pieces to fall into place. But this creates a life of constant striving, a life where the dream is always just out of reach. When you live in the end, the dream is already yours. To live in the end means you no longer focus on the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You stop measuring success by external milestones or time frames. And instead you begin to live as if your goal is already fulfilled. If wealth is your goal, start living as if you already have it. This doesn't mean pretending to be someone you're not, or forcing yourself into an unrealistic mindset. It means aligning your energy with the person you are becoming. You embody the feeling of already having everything you desire. And in that state of fulfillment, the world begins to respond. This is not a fake it till you make it approach. It is a genuine alignment with the energy of your desires. When you live in the end, you are not asking for permission to be wealthy. You are declaring that wealth is your natural state. It's an internal knowing that your desires are not just possible, they are already in motion. You are simply allowing yourself to be the person who already has everything you've imagined. It's in this alignment that opportunities begin to show up in the most unexpected ways. People, resources, ideas. Everything you need to bring your vision into physical form will appear as soon as you stop waiting for it to happen. The moment you begin to live in the end, your actions, thoughts, and emotions are in harmony with your highest vision. And that is when the universe begins to move in your favor. This is the power of living in the end. You are no longer a seeker, you are a creator. Your life reflects the belief that everything you want is already yours. This shift in mindset changes everything. It opens up new paths, transforms the way you see challenges, and brings your goals into pure focus. When you choose to live as though your desires are already fulfilled, the world aligns to support that truth, bringing your dream life into reality. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wonder when it will happen. Begin to live today, right now, in the end, and watch how the world changes to match your new way of being. Your dream life is not somewhere in the future. It is right here, right now. The key to unlocking it is the choice to live as if it is already yours. When you do, the universe has no choice but to bring it to you. Remember how we began this journey? Imagine for a moment that everything you desire is already yours. We've now come full circle, but with a profound difference. What seemed like a mere thought exercise at the beginning is now revealed as the most powerful truth in the universe. The wealth you've been seeking has never been outside of you. It has always been within you, waiting for you to claim it through the power of your consciousness. I want you to step into this truth right now. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, but in this very moment. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to fully embody the person who has already achieved everything you desire. Feel the weight of financial freedom on your shoulders. Notice how you stand taller, breathe deeper. Feel how your mind is no longer cluttered with worries about money, but instead filled with excitement about possibilities and creative ways to share your abundance. See yourself walking into rooms with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth. Imagine conversations where you speak with authority and ease about wealth and prosperity. Picture yourself making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This is not imagination, this is spiritual reality. The outer world may take time to catch up, but in the realm of consciousness, where all things begin, you are already there. From this day forward, you will no longer chase after wealth. You will live from wealth. You will speak from wealth. You will think from wealth. And in doing so, you will draw wealth to you with a force so magnetic that it will seem miraculous to those who don't understand the law. What makes this approach so revolutionary is that it completely collapses the time between desire and fulfillment. The conventional world tells you that you must wait years, sometimes decades, to achieve financial freedom. But the spiritual reality is that you can claim it now in consciousness, and by doing so, accelerate its physical manifestation beyond what most believe possible. Tonight, as you lay your head on your pillow, I want you to fall asleep in the absolute conviction that you are already wealthy beyond measure. Don't pray for wealth. Give thanks for the wealth that is already yours. Don't hope for a better future. Live from the consciousness that your ideal life is already unfolding now. When you wake up tomorrow, carry this knowing with you. Let it inform every word you speak, every action you take, every decision you make. Live as if your prayers have already been answered, because in the dimension that matters most, they have been. The greatest spiritual minds throughout history have understood this secret. The outer world is nothing more than a shadow of your inner state. Change the inner, and the outer must follow. It is law. What I'm sharing with you isn't just another self-help technique or positive thinking strategy. It is the fundamental principle upon which the entire universe operates. You become what you believe yourself to be with such conviction that you live from it now. Most people will never grasp this truth. They will continue to place their faith in the visible world, allowing circumstances to dictate their inner state. They will wait for evidence before they believe, not realizing that belief comes first, evidence follows. But you know better now. You understand that your consciousness is the creative force behind every aspect of your life. You recognize that wealth is not something you get, it's something you express from within. This revelation changes everything. Once you truly understand that your external reality is simply a reflection of your inner state, you will never again waste time trying to manipulate circumstances. Instead, you will go directly to the source, your own divine imagination, and plant the seeds of abundance there. The world is waiting for you to claim your rightful place as a conscious creator, as someone who understands the true source of wealth and walks in that understanding every day. So I challenge you, dare to live from the end. Dare to be so bold in your assumptions that you refuse to accept anything less than the abundance you desire. Dare to see yourself as already blessed, already prosperous, already living in the full expression of wealth. The moment you accept this challenge, the moment you begin to live as if what you desire is already yours, you set in motion forces that will transform every aspect of your financial life. Your ability to create wealth exists in the exact same place as your ability to imagine it. The power that brought the universe into being is the same power that flows through you when you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. What you have been seeking has been within you all along. The kingdom of heaven, of infinite abundance and prosperity, is not a place you go to. It is a state of consciousness you assume now. The secret that changes everything is this. You already are what you are seeking to become. Your task is not to create wealth, but to reveal the wealth that is already yours by divine right. Live from that truth, embody that knowing, and watch as the universe rearranges itself to match the vision you hold within. The riches you seek are not found in the future. They are claimed in this moment through the power of your consciousness. What you assume now creates what you will experience next. You are not bound by your past, your current circumstances, or the limitations others have placed on you. You are bound only by what you accept as true in this moment. Choose now to accept the truth of your unlimited abundance. Live from the end and watch as every step you take becomes a step of power, purpose, and prosperity. Your life is not happening to you, it is responding to you. And from this moment forward, it will respond to the consciousness of wealth that you now claim as your own.